I ain't got rhythm.
Welcome back to the Untrained podcast. I'm your host, Amoila Cesar. I'm here with three amazing trainers. I'm here with Curtis, Mo, Kris.
What's happening?
What up, gang?
You know what it is and what it ain't.
We gonna do a quick wellness check? Or?
What ain't
I'm
it?
solid.
You solid?
You feeling good today?
I'm feeling
You had a great week?
I didn't have a nap
Great
today.
day? No
but
nap.
I feel
Oh, we're gonna have to hurry up, y'all.
We are gonna have to
All right,
hurry
you're
up
gonna
because
be
we're
cranky.
losing them.
Like a
losing.
7-year-old.
Look, trying to tell you now.
We gotta get that nap
Flip
in
this
for
damn
you.
light.
My man, how you holding?
I'm solid, bro. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Yeah,
Why
Why
you
so
solid?
high, but not all the way 10? What's up?
I feel like there's always room for improvement. My bad.
Okay, always room for
See,
improvement.
that's how you know that's my dog. We in sync.
Right.
Finish each other's sentences, man. Wow.
I like
You know,
that.
Curtis good with the in-sync. I mean, not Curtis. He's good with the in-sync, you know, working out and stuff like that. That's cute.
1 and 2 and 3.
I'm all about brotherhood, which is why I'm sitting right next to you men.
Tribe.
It's just something about being in sync with entrepreneurs, like-minded people, people who are trying to make a change in the world. So, you know, for me, I really appreciate the brotherhood. And so I would love for us to have a workout together because I tried to work with y'all earlier and y'all was like, nah, we're not working
We
out.
didn't say no.
No, you said no.
I didn't say no. I just said what I wasn't gonna do.
And what was that? What didn't you want to do?
I just didn't want to synchronize. We
I
can just
didn't-
all work out up.
Yeah.
and
Ain't
do
nobody
it.
say we had to synchronize nothing.
I was ready to work out, but instead we ate wings.
We did eat. We
Oh,
did.
God.
And I think we really needed that, actually. That was
Yeah.
a really good moment that we had. So thank you for
Had
inviting
wings.
us. Should we shout out the place out here in Dallas or
Nah,
not?
it's fine.
Okay, say less.
It'll be all right.
We have a fun episode today. Today we're going to talk about brands. We're going to talk about how to partner and be a brand ambassador or a brand athlete, what that looks like for your business, how to leverage it, and we're also going to talk about the do's and don'ts. I know my identity. I know who I am. I know what space I'm in. I know how amazing trainer I am.
But he was like, man, when you proposed to your wife, did you do it through email or did you show up?
Show up. You got to show up.
You gotta understand the athletes that you're working with when you're in social media. They have the opportunity to give you a window to kind of share yourself with their audience and their group.
The most money I ever made in training came from C's. And I don't know if I should go into detail,
Yeah,
you know.
rock out.
Pop it.
I don't know if they're going to watch it and be like, damn, did we pay him what?
I think it's a really good episode because we have a lot of people that are on the internet, that are doing social media, and they would love to be a part of a brand maybe like Sports Academy or a brand like Nike. Are you decked
Wait.
out?
Or a brand like Skechers.
If there was a
that.
mannequin, you would be it.
He needs to be in the window. He should be in the window.
Should be.
They should.
The running mannequin?
Yeah.
Definitely the running mannequin. The fall collection.
Diet
the
starts
summer
Monday.
collection.
Shout out
That
Diet.
starts on Monday.
Okay.
Diet starts.
Don't worry about what I
starts on
ate.
Monday.
Shout out to
them.
DSM, our guys.
Shout out to them.
First
Love.
off, let's shout out to all the amazing brands, but I do want to talk about Skechers too, though,
Yeah, absolutely.
because these Skechers are cold. You know they cold.
Do they feel like clouds? What are those?
These are like they're called their foam. Like these are like foam shoes in the bottom. I
got
don't
it.
know what the name of them are called. I ain't
Have you
even gonna lie
running
to
them?
you. No, I don't run them. These are just casual shoes. You walk
Okay.
in them. I got some
So
running
there's
shoes.
different versions.
They got different ones. They got performance line, which is amazing. Which is why I was in Asia because they launched their performance line.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I got to tour with them and just really see the technology in their shoes, but also to see how big the Asian market is. Like, it's huge. Skechers over there is like the #1 shoe there, obviously.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
it's crazy. And
I didn't know
so
that.
being there, I went to the Philippines, I got to experience all of that. But here's what I want to say.
Black truck?
Huh?
Black truck?
I've never been there. What is that?
I was talking about how you getting around.
Oh.
Horseback, black
Oh,
truck, limo.
Or
Sprinter.
Sprinter.
It was a Sprinter with like
It was a
security and stuff like that.
with a black truck.
And then we flew. I wasn't on the PJ.
There was one that
There
went,
was
though.
a PJ.
Were
I
you
got
just
there
not
a
in
little,
the area?
I got there like a day later.
Got it.
So, but that's not even important. You don't want to know what's
That's
important?
a part of the experience. The experience is important.
Is this. Kids, adults, I just be honest. I remember growing up, and I was like, nah, bro, don't put me in no Skechers.
Like,
I'm just being real.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because they were affordable, but they were ugly looking. And at the time growing up, I just gotta be very transparent. But as years go on, I feel like every brand has a new reemergence. They come out
Yep.
swinging.
Shout out to
and
Diesel.
Yep, Skechers came out great. Let's talk about Nike because congratulations, bro. Tell the people how amazing Mo really is. You wanna tell us You just got a partnership with
Yeah,
Nike.
I did. Long time coming.
Yep.
I think Nike is the easiest brand out there to recognize, honestly, historically. And for me, it wasn't easy, man, because any brand that you deal with, I'm not gonna say it's like a cult. It's like if you're in, you're in. If you're out, you're gonna stay out.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you do to not be on the outside? So, and it's easy, and Kris knows because he's my soundboard. For me, when it comes to my frustration, not really in work. Work is one thing, but when it comes to, I always say off the field, because we have an off the field too. Off the court, off the field, off the track. And it can be frustrating at times because for me, I've probably trained over 1,000 professional athletes. I'm pretty sure I've trained more professional athletes than just about majority of the country, like real professional athletes. And it's like, dang, I'm real life training all the top guys, not just one, not just two, like probably 60. I can't get no deal.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I can't get a little sock, a little something. I can't get a conversation.
bottle?
Bro, something.
crazy.
So over the years, I had different experiences from like year one. I started dealing with Nike probably in 2018, my first experience with the opening.
Yep.
Deal with them again. That was just in passing. Introduction, I'm with the opening. Opening is actually not a Nike event. It's a student sports event, and it's powered by Nike. Student sports is a lot of times these brands, they contract people out to do certain jobs. Just like Sports Academy, we contract people out to do certain stuff. And so that presents its own problems, right? You could be thinking like you need to be reaching out to, you want to be a coach at the opening, the quarterback coach, shout out to Quincy Avery, and you want to be the quarterback coach at the opening, and you should keep reaching out to Nike. It ain't even Nike, you need to be reaching out to student sports. So people don't have general knowledge to even get in these rooms. So I think for me, it was just a lot of being visible. And a lot of people don't want to be visible, right? They might be shy of their work. They might just want to take the backseat role. They want to do these different type of things. I never shied away from being out in front, but I only got out in front because of the work. So it goes for hand in hand, right?
Always.
The people that you're working with and the work itself, because anybody can do something once. Sometimes you get lucky and do it twice, but when you do it year after year after year after year and consistently, you can get rewarded for it. So, right before I went to Paris, I did sign with Nike football, but it's important to know that because football is not the only sport I work with. I didn't sign with Nike basketball. I didn't sign with Nike track and field. I didn't sign with European football. I didn't sign with baseball, and these are all siloed events within Nike.
Correct.
Right? A lot of these people don't even know each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I had a problem getting into the Nike, as a Nike athlete coach, I had a problem getting into the Nike house in Paris.
Yeah. Wow.
Sign with y'all.
That's crazy.
It's so
That's
far.
crazy.
It's so far. You know what I'm saying?
Like segregated type
Yeah,
shit.
like literally. So,
Yeah.
but just, being able to be welcome to the brand, doing some cool things. I did some stuff while I was at Olympic trials up in Portland at headquarters with the Ones, Nike football event. And they've shown the most love. And I'm sure that down the road we'll get some crossover. But starting out, man, yeah, that's, I'm officially with them against, you have some opportunities in other places, but just made
So
the
can
most
you
sense.
wear other brands, or you only can wear Nike?
They didn't tell me I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not John Morant. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Jamar Chase. So I know I'm not like a signature athlete. So I'm pretty sure they're not just scrolling up and down my page. But me knowing what I know about the business and
There
as
we
a
go.
brand,
The brand. There we go.
Discernment.
I'm not gonna, step on their toes in public at least. Be posting a whole bunch of other stuff, doing a whole bunch of, because they could very easily be like, you low hanging fruit, boy. We can cut your ass. I learned that at LSU. You got to go to class. You don't got no national titles. They, they can miss a couple. They all American. They got national titles. I learned that a long time ago. You got to know where you at. Have some decorum.
Can I ask you this question? I know it's been a long time coming. If we're a trainer, we're trying to get a brand deal,
Yeah.
and any one of you guys can chime in on this.
Type shit.
What is the first thing that I even do? Like, do I write them on Instagram? Do I
No.
send it an email? I
Nope.
mean, I could talk about my experience, which I will talk about my experience.
Yeah.
But I would love to hear you guys' experiences too. But how do you deal with the rejection, and how do you even send out that invitation that you want to be
I
a
believe
part
there's
of the
more
brand?
than one way to like skin a cat. So I don't want to say that this is the number one way that would work, because you can cold email them or send them a message, and it might work. Or you can create some content, and that content can generate
up.
traffic and blow up and go viral, and they may hit you up. Or you can, get in contact with somebody that's on the inside, and they plug you from the inside.
And they like you. And y'all
They
cool.
like you. So there's multiple, avenues of how you can get in contact with a brand. But the one thing that I always tell people that's looking for a brand partnership is be able to add value. Because the one thing people want is to get the product so they can show value, but the brand is already the brand.
Yeah.
They don't need you
They
to,
do
you
not
know.
need you.
Yeah.
People gonna buy Nike for free.
Yeah.
Why do I need you with Nike if millions of people buy my product for free?
Okay.
So you got to be able to add value to the space that you're in, and that's the one thing that he's able to do with Nike football is add value.
So in me chiming in on it, just based on my experience, I think it's important to understand the people that are around the athletes that you work with. So just understanding like who the athletes are and who they are with, right? So like a lot of times when you work with professional athletes of high calibers, brands, they'll come in. Sometimes like managers, they'll come in, they'll pop in, they'll be around a session, they'll be around the environment, like especially like a place like this where it's like you got conference rooms, you got training rooms, you got a whole bunch of places, you got restaurants nearby. So it's like a hub for where guys come in and they can just like check on their athletes, they can do their work, they can hop on virtual meetings, whatever they need to, and then they're here, they're in the building. So at a previous establishment that Mo and I worked at, I recognized that very early and it stuck with me. So one thing that you can do is when you're working with these athletes, understand, let them recognize you as someone that's working with the athlete, providing the value that Kris is speaking of, and then you build your own personal relationship with them. So you just never know. You can be, for example, right, like with Justin Fields, he's signed with Reebok, all right? So Reebok, they've done shoots with Justin. The first shoot that they did was in Florida. The first shoot that they did in Florida was recently, this previous few months ago for the off season. I came, I didn't have to, it wasn't required of me. I came, I showed face, I said hello, I shook hands, I exchanged information, and I networked. Did anything come from it? No, but you plant seeds.
Yeah.
You know, you plant small seeds here and there, and then next thing you know, one thing leads to the next. And also, in terms of branding, you got to understand the athletes that you're working with. When you're in social media, they have the opportunity to basically give you a window to kind of share yourself with their audience and their group.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't take that for granted.
Yeah.
So like if an athlete collabs with you, or if an athlete reposts you on your story, that's a great opportunity to kind of like show
Your shit together.
other things that you have going. Because what I realized on Instagram is that if Mo reposts me, right? Or if John Morant reposts Mo or whatever, when they go to that post, they go to your page,
Facts.
they see all of the other posts that you did prior to that post. It just doesn't go to that post. If you want to try to get to it, it'll go like the beginning of your story all the way. So like you can strategically try to like understand what it is that you're putting out in your stories. And I think Mo, I think C's, Kris, I think everybody here kind of recognizes that and does a great job, but being intentful about it is something that the younger coaches or even the coaches that work with these high caliber athletes, they can take advantage of that.
You said a lot of good gems.
A lot.
It's really about intention as well, right? And it's also, again, taking advantage of the opportunity, right? Let's be honest, because you're the only person that's signed. I'm not signed with Skechers, all right? I'm not. But this is me taking advantage.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you try to take advantage, it's
Like
really
your moments.
about being strategic about how do you do certain things and how do you look at it as well.
Man.
So but it is about relationships.
100%.
Because I
That's
totally
what's most
agree.
important.
Because I didn't know anyone in the Skechers camp before I went on that tour. And it was very important for me to go. I was up,
You was in a commercial with Skechers
Yes, I was in the commercials with Skechers.
before the tour.
You're right
Let's
about
not
that.
forget, like I'm watching TV, I'm
He
watching
watched-
the
he
playoffs.
watched me.
I was like,
He watched
I know
me.
him.
I know
You
this
do, you
mother-
do.
Did you get dunked on?
Oh, we got to go there? I did get dunked on.
He did get dunked
I
on.
did.
It was acting. It was,
It
just
was acting.
You
I'm a
had
great
to,
actor,
you
by
had
the
to,
way.
you know.
You know,
So you
seen
wouldn't
some
have
of
got
my
dunked on in
episodes.
real life?
No,
No.
Jules would definitely dunk on him.
Jules definitely.
Nah, Jew ain't catching me like that.
He would though.
No, he would catch me like that. Nah, really, I've been dunked on many times. I mean, Jew, he big, bro. He 260, 6'8".
solid.
This man, you know,
Solid. I mean,
he
you
just
train him.
And this is what he does for a living.
Yeah, this is
though,
what he
you know
do.
I'm
So I'm
saying?
proud to say I've been dunked on by Julius. I'm
He
proud
like
to
two
say
people
that
though,
he's
with a
knocked me
haircut
out.
and without a haircut.
He different.
He different.
He is different. When he
Without
get
a
that
haircut, he's
Caesar
more
cut,
like brolic. Yeah, he's like.
when he get that Caesar cut, he feeling himself and he
Tight
go a
shit.
little bit harder. And then when he got them dreads, he's just in a beast mode. It's just something different with him.
100%.
But it is about relationships. And you know, Kris says this about me a lot, and I'm very humble, but I don't believe it's true. But I have to listen to it sometimes and accept it. But Kris says that I'm a really great businessman.
Extremely.
Extremely.
I think I'm really good with relationships and
Which is
nurturing
being a
relationships. I'm
good-
really good at having conversations. I'm really good at sparking a conversation.
Which makes you a good what?
Business, man.
Business.
But it's not always naturally business approach for me.
That's what makes it.
That's what
great.
makes it good. And
'Cause
that's my
organic.
point to
Right.
it. I think a lot of young people focus on brand instead of business.
Yes.
Because you have built the brand with the business backing.
Yeah.
So when you're trying to identify who you want to be and what you should be, a lot of times their business don't equate to the brand. And you hear a lot when people say, I'm Instagram famous, but I ain't making that money. Like I got 1 million followers, but I don't have $100,000 in my account.
Yeah, type shit.
And it's because they don't have a business.
Yeah.
You know, and I think when you're looking at the ultimate or the totality of what this should be as far as branding, is understand the business and sees like immaculate.
Yep.
The most money I ever made in training came from C's. And I don't know if I should go into detail,
Yeah,
you know.
rock out.
Pop it.
I don't know if they're gonna
Untrained.
watch it and be like, damn, did we pay him what?
Well,
But,
we
you
not
know,
tell numbers, but we,
You know, I made a great deal because C's was in the, well, I give a story. So, short story, C's was in the, what space would you call it? The acting space, the producer space. What space is that called?
Entertainment?
Entertainment? No, but it's actors though.
That's entertainment.
entertainment.
C's
What's
is-
in entertainment?
C's in the entertainment space, and
Yeah, I'm
he
in
does
entertainment.
a.
I'm also, I refer to myself as a on-camera trainer as well.
Okay,
And
C's was definitely in
I
the
too would
entertainment.
like to be an on-camera trainer. For
Me
the
too.
record. So if y'all are hiring,
C's was in the entertainment space, and I called him. I said, "Yo, bro, I got these 2 actors that are looking for me to train them. Like, how much do I charge?" Because at the time, I was never trained. any
yeah, that's a
actors.
great question too.
I didn't know what to charge, and C's was, you know, confident in his own price. Said, "Bro, charge them this." And then when they say that, what you gonna do? You tell them this is the plan. This is why y'all need me. And I went to them with this approach, and they accepted it. And once this opportunity
you
came
happy?
about, man, what? Man, look, they called me on a Friday and said, "Hey, can we pay you double to come on a weekend?" I was like,
Man, that's a
absolutely.
blessing.
Yeah, let
Because-
me get my.
I said, absolutely.
Because,
so
yeah.
check
Tell
it.
the story,
So
though.
check it.
It's
I was
a
like,
studio.
absolutely. I was like, all right, but I had just drove to Charlotte, and I was like, let me turn back around. 4 more hours to drive back home, and then I was like, they're gonna pay
To the
pretty
eight.
nice. So I get to the training session, they both showed up. They were supposed to work out separately.
Yeah.
They both showed up, so I made over $2,000 just training for 1 hour.
Yeah.
And I was
It's
like,
amazing.
Yeah.
I know when they got their invoice, but because they pay ahead of time.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, I got $2,000. I'm just gonna go train for an hour. And they was like, can you work out with me? I was like,
And I get to work out with you?
Now I got a day rate. I definitely
What?
have a day rate. I definitely got a day rate, and it's increased over the.
Yeah.
I didn't even make the. I did just similar to you. I think and we gonna be realistic with the folks. My day rate for like brand stuff is now $5K.
Yeah. As it should.
Good
2
man.
times.
Great man.
As it should be.
And it will only
Yeah.
go
And
that
I
way.
stopped feeling bad for. Like, damn, I only did this for 30 minutes.
Type shit.
Nah, that's it. Is what it is. It's
No,
about what you're
it's
taking me
small.
away from as well.
Yeah, because
no, that's really
you're clearing your
time,
schedule.
man.
That's really
Right.
the value in it. It's like, it's not who I am, it's what you're taking me away
Yeah.
from that I
Yeah.
could be making. So once they understand that, and that's what you taught me,
Yeah.
so your day rate has to be, you know, substantial to what you feel like you could have made.
You have to.
I'm not
And
saying
you
I'm gonna make
only can
5K
set
at
that.
home,
Yeah.
but-
So I think let's conceptualize this. Let's really, because we're talking a lot in
We
different
are.
spaces. Let's really
Chatty.
give a picture of what this would look like for someone.
Talk
You
to
know, so first and foremost, it's very important also to identify who you are and what
Facts.
stands out the most about you. What are your qualities? It's really important to try to be as authentic to yourself as possible. Don't try to mimic Mo. Don't try to mimic me.
Please
You
do.
can't mimic Curtis, and you for sure can't mimic Kris. He's
Not
a
two
special
times.
individual.
Not 2 times.
Very special.
Not cut 2
So
times.
the first thing is that identity of who you are, your mantra, what do you stand for, what do you believe in, and it's really important on crystallizing that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Then once you get that identity of what you are and what your goal is and what your passion is, it's now developing, and we know that we got to develop who we are and what we're working on.
Correct.
So if I know my identity, I know who I am, I know what space I'm in, I know how amazing trainer I am. Coach, talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, I've sent so many emails and messages to brands, and I'm just not getting and reaching to them.
My question: what are you doing this for?
And that's
That's the first
a
question. I
great
ask. What are you
question.
doing this for?
But that's where the identity and the it is very important. You
So
got to
if you
ask
don't have
yourself.
a why of why you doing this, and you doing this because you want the attention, this is not
Yes,
the space
it's not
for
Yeah,
the-
this.
that's not it.
We
Might
get
as well
that.
Be the entertainment.
This is a service.
But then
space.
why do you want the brand?
Right.
Why do you want? Who wants the brand?
Why am I, so the question that you got to ask yourself, because we get a lot of trainers and we get a lot of people who are wanting brand deals and we want passive income.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
going to
And
also,
that's really the
Okay,
thing,
that's
like-
that's the thing. That's what
Yeah,
you want.
yeah.
So
I want some more
identify
chicken.
what
Talk
you
about
want.
that.
It's
Yeah,
I want
passive
some more
income.
chicken for sure.
okay, I want more chicken. But then what, because there got to be some realistics to this as well.
Yeah.
Like, your day rate's 5.
Yeah.
Jesus
Not
Christ.
everybody day rate is going to be 5.
Can't be
right?
5.
And you got to also understand, like, there are levels. And sometimes, have you ever worked for a brand and did it free promotion and just realized,
100%.
like,
1,000%.
you know, it's just free promotion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just
Because
absolutely.
wear it
I'm
on the
not paid by
podcast.
Well,
Skechers.
I just
Absolutely.
got to that. Look.
Hold up.
shameless
What time
plug.
is it? Oh,
Yep.
snap.
Yeah.
This is my Amazfit
It's
T-Rex.
my-
Okay.
T-Rex watch.
Okay.
Right? Amazfit.
That's
Dope.
nice.
Dope wearable. Workout resistance. Takes
great
everything through. Takes even,
stopwatch.
That's
even
better
takes
than Apple Watch.
Wait, tell us more? Oh,
It's-
that's better than.
it rivals Garmin, it rivals the Apple Watch, right? The coolest thing I can do here is seamlessly like takes all of my information in terms of like what I do after my workouts.
Yeah.
It takes my HRV rate when I'm sleeping. It even takes my blood density. All different types of things. It calculates my stress level, tells me
never
when I
heard
need
of
to
this.
chill, tells me when I need to chill, tells me when I need to turn up.
Talking to you, hey, bro. we need to go
Boss
take
man,
a-
we're going to need that. Say that louder.
Shout outs to Amazfit, T-Rex.
Okay. I know we're jumping, but that was a very important
That was
commercial
fire.
break.
That was a great soliloquy. How to add value
Very,
to
very
it.
important commercial
Great.
break. We definitely needed that. Okay, so to get back onto the topic, all right? So, you know,
Matter of fact, what are do's and don'ts when you're looking to get a brand? Or what are don'ts that you want to do when
don't
trying
just
to,
take any brand.
Yes, alignment is perfect.
Because it's very important. I guess you guys should ask me this question, I guess. Yeah, here we go. You can't just take any brand because alignment is very important as well. And also you have loyal followers and they recognize that, they sense that. Like if you just shilling all the time,
Yeah.
like you're constantly with this brand and then you're representing this brand and then next week you got another brand, like you lose that integrity, number
100%.
one. Because brands
People stop clicking your
want
link.
you. You know what brands are doing lately? They're going for smaller influencers because they have real followers. They have
And
real
authentic engagement. They have people who they're just potent.
Correct.
And so,
That's why Austin wins.
exactly. And so it's very important to understand the integrity of your business because you are a business and you don't want to just be promoting any type of business and not all brands deserve you. And I think when you recognize that, because you need to take that power, because you are what they need. You are foot soldiers that help you. They help your brand. You help their brand. And it's very important. So number one, don't shill for anything.
Right.
Make sure that integrity aligns with who you are, your identity, which is why I started off by saying, why is it important to you? What is that why for you? Another don't is to expect that they're going to hand it to you.
Hell no.
Gotta work.
No. The moment they cut you a check, it gets even more responsibility.
Absolutely.
And your goal is to perform, to produce. Like they don't care if you're posting and you look cute in it. Like they care about metrics. They're gonna look at your numbers. They're gonna either
Can you inflate metrics?
nah, because
Not
now
all
what
of
they
them.
do,
You can't.
they so like I work for Beachbody, which is now known as Body. So what they do is all of our metrics through social media is they have eyes on it.
Oh wow.
So they use they were using Greenfly for like sending like brand ambassador deals and stuff like that, and then they connect our metrics so then their team can see like how our posts do, how our views do, And we go through engagements. We have these quarterly conversations where we talk about engagements and going through trends and all these different things.
Are you like employee of the month?
Am I an employee of the month? I'm
Smile
him.
on the wall.
You gotta be.
I'm
gotta
really
be.
good. I'm really good.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things that I try to do and I honor is like I try to make it as authentic to myself as possible because I can't do the.
Yeah.
You're made for body though.
You are 100%.
And I appreciate that.
But that's the point of it, right? To where it's like
alignment.
he's made for body.
The alignment of
You know what
body
I'm
was
It
saying?
made sense.
It made
really,
complete
it
sense.
genuinely made sense for me. And I love the company. The company is just in a space where we're just touching other people.
Okay.
No, it was the way you look.
Now look now. You
No,
might
it
wanna
was.
look now.
But it was Curtis though. Like Curtis snapped that neck quick.
Look now. That's another one. Look.
Okay,
0 for
that's
2.
two. Yeah, I'm 0 for 2 on that.
Keon played baseball, man. He about to
Okay.
tell you about to strike out
Yeah,
in
I'm
a little
about
bit.
to.
Yeah,
Okay,
one more.
let me regroup.
We just touching people. They touching us back.
We have a huge impact,
They snapping
go.
necks.
guys. We have a great impact.
Yeah.
and that's what I'm
Absolutely.
trying to say. So that brand made sense for me.
Right.
But some dudes is like definitely you want to be a professional
Wait,
with
let's
everything.
get Curtis
that you do.
Don'ts. I want to hear.
I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
we'll get
I'm sorry.
Do your thing.
Let me finish this thought, because you know I got ADHD and I just bounce
gone.
around. Okay? Because if I don't get this off, it's gone.
Take your
All
time, man.
I ain't coming back. So you want to be professional. You want to definitely make every meeting. You want to be collaborative. You want to have some input, and you definitely want to have a plan. And especially when it comes to social media, if you don't like social media, if you don't like posting, if you don't feel like you can do the commitment, because any brand that hires you or that you partner with, you have a commitment. They're gonna give you either your month worth of commitment. At first, when I first joined with Body, it was like 8 posts a month. And I was like, yo, chill out, that's OD. And then I had this collaborative conversation with them about how we can organically do this that makes me feel comfortable, but also make sure that you guys get what you need as well. So depending on the brand that you work with, there's either a contract that's gonna be involved where you are gonna have to do that. Now, if you hate social media, I totally get that.
Click the next episode.
No. You either hire somebody
Yeah.
or you use one of these apps that allows you to post.
Yeah.
Another thing that I want to talk about, because a lot of you guys are like, how do I find brands? There are apps that give you information, and I'm going to find it. I was looking at my phone earlier trying to find it. I can't remember it off the top of my head.
That was me.
We'll put it in the show
Where
notes.
you can find their execs. You can, it's basically, I think it's called
click
Rolo
everything.
or Apollo. It's one of those two. And I met this, she's amazing. She does brand opportunities with other athletes, and she's like a marketing. And so basically, if you're looking for the director of Doritos, or if you're looking for the director of, or the VP or fitness for Nike, if you're looking for specific people to send your resume to, there's an app and there's a website where all you gotta do, you gotta pay for the membership, but you can get all this contact
Gotta pay
and
to
all
play.
there. It's like a LinkedIn, but it's like if you type it in, if
It's
you
like the
find
people you
brand,
can't find
the
on the
people
regular.
you can't find, they're there.
Because I know a lot of people at Nike that you cannot find.
Yes.
You won't find.
On there.
Not even on social media.
That's awesome.
And so
And
there
most
are
Nike
that.
employees
Whatever
follow
monthly
private.
subscription is
And it's
well
easy
worth
to
it.
It's so worth it, and you know I've used it, and I've done very well with this. I've done brands with CVS. I've done stuff with Nike. I've done stuff with Halo Top, Paleo Nola. I'm doing obviously with Body.
So you have to reach out yourself though once you find it.
Well, you could see, and then also can
Levels to the
generate. It
subscription?
can also generate a really nice like email for them, or you can use
Through AI?
or you can use AI and generate this. This is very important. And I think it's important to know that like it's cool coming from you, but it looks better when it comes from someone else as well.
100%.
And so some people you could use. I know earlier in my phase, I was using a burner email and I was
my own
just sending them
assistant.
out like, "Hi, I'm Amoila Cesar, such and such." Until now, I don't have to do that anymore.
Because everybody know who you are.
But not everybody. But hey, like you gotta work with your means and make the most out of it. I appreciate all the love that you always give. But we're gonna get back to Curtis because I know you've worked with brands. You just shout out this brand.
Maze Fit.
What
Yep,
was your
Tech guy.
experience
very much so.
with your first brand? I would love to know a little more about your experience. Then I'm gonna go back in because I want to know about your obligations with Nike. I think that's important. And Kris,
He do what he want.
We gonna just find a segment for you, Kris. We're gonna find something for you to do besides
He
trolling.
does what he wants.
Yeah. Talk to us, Curtis.
Yeah, so you wanted our do's and don'ts or don'ts?
No, I was. Are you
just my
working
experience?
currently with a brand right now, and
Yes.
you have an obligation? Is there a contract? What is that obligation and responsibility?
Okay, so right now I'm working with several brands. I'll shout out a couple of them. Amazfit, of course, which I just shouted out and gave plugged. Ophora Water,
Okay.
That's some good water.
Ophora Water Company. Who else?
Are they paying?
Beyond Power.
Ophora?
As a
We
product.
We can talk about that.
Okay. You want to talk
Off.
about it? Off.
Off.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Never
talk
mind.
about that off.
Excuse me.
Beyond Power, Vultra. They're a
Okay.
company out of in China. So essentially, there's like a rack, like the normal racks that they have. The normal racks, they're big, they're bulky, et cetera, et cetera. But this one is an attachment that you can attach to any rack or rig, or even they even have something on the floor you can attach it to, and it gives you up to 200 pounds of variable resistance. So that means, just imagine tonal, but something very, very portable.
Working with a portable cable.
Yes,
Yeah.
that has eccentric mode, chains mode. It has just weight training mode, and it also can also read your max velocity. It can
That's dope.
read your peak power
That's
outputs.
fire.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So that's one brand. But
Do you find yourself into
Well,
more
yes,
like
also.
technology, like partnerships that relates to fitness?
yeah, just because, and also Vald, who's been amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah,
You-
Force Decks.
Through here, there's some companies that use. I know Sports Academy use some of
got
theirs.
some of everything.
I've just threw
Sports
out
Science
my
Hub.
ears.
You need to get testing. Come here.
Yep.
Force
what I
Decks, dynamometers,
Okay.
things of that nature.
And when you reach, like, I would love to know, like, are they sending it to you? Do you get a discount? Is it, like, especially with trainers, it's
Yeah,
like, yo,
varies.
man, can we outfit my gym or something? Like,
Yeah.
Nike Strength just did something with them. They sent me some good stuff and some
Oh, they
gear.
did?
I know Nike
worked- I
Strength
did
worked
know
with
them,
you
yeah.
as well. Do they give it to you for free? Do they?
Yes. So for the most part, not Vald. Vald is they're a little bit different, but
Pay for this.
They stand on business.
But Vald, we worked out a very, very
Yeah, they show
And-
love.
trainer friendly deal
Okay.
for them to, essentially like give me the force plates and things of that nature and other things, and timing gates as well.
Okay.
So with that, they were like, hey, listen, we're not asking for a super crazy commitment of you got to post this. We just want it to be organic, and we just want you to really believe in the product. And with you believing in the product, we believe that that's going to be the most and the best type of advertisement we can get.
Right.
And it's been the same with the other companies that I've worked with, or that I'm currently working with. They're not. Ophora Water is not necessarily. They have hands off. They're like, hey, shout us out. You do what you need to do. We know what you're gonna do.
Okay.
And with Beyond Power, of course, I have a contract agreement, but the contract agreement isn't necessarily super strict in terms of the posting. But that's pretty much it. And
Okay.
to answer your question, Kris, like I like to get the kind of the tech, and I like to focus on working with that tech because it's a tool that can elevate fitness, elevate training, and also it's something that I really stand behind. I really enjoy working and seeing things like metrically. I really enjoy it, and I think that I'm only gonna reach out, or I'm only gonna want to work with brands that I feel like I would promote them for free. I would pay and promote them.
Like alignment is important, right? Like when I first moved to Atlanta into the training space, I was moving from Southern California, so it was big into the fitness influencer. Like to be in LA and Southern California, you had to be attached to a brand. If you wasn't attached to a brand, you wasn't doing training right. Moved to Atlanta and I had that same mentality, and I wasn't really big into like posting every day.
Yeah.
But I did it, and like my engagement would be like trash.
Yeah.
And like I would get like free shit, but like I'd be like, well, I ain't posting this no more. You know? Like it wouldn't do as well as I thought it should do. So again, I got a supplement company that sponsored me, and they was paying $5,000 a month to be their ambassador. and I had to write like blog posts and do all this type of like requirements to be attached to the brand, and not thankfully, but it was at the end of 2019, and it went right into the pandemic. And once the pandemic happened, they cut all contracts because
Of course, they heard.
financial obligation.
Yeah.
But that mentality allowed me to like pivot because I was like, I'm not like a social media influencer.
I'm not trying to do all this.
I'm not trying to like post every day and post like, hey, this is why I love this supplement. This supplement is meant for this person, this person, this person.
Yeah.
I like to be behind the scenes in that regard.
Yeah.
So I think when you said that, the alignment
You know, it's not
is
for
important.
everybody, It's really
And that's
tough,
okay.
It's
That's
just,
okay.
It's hard, bro.
The alignment, attaching yourself to a brand, you have to make sure that the alignment for you is there. And you have to be open with about what you can do.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, and they're asking for an obligation that you can't, commit to, they already paid you.
Yeah.
And if
Gotta
you can't
figure it
fulfill
out.
it,
Man.
bad business.
I've run into it, man. First of all, I've said no more times than I said yes when it comes to brands.
Oh, wow.
I think the first major portion of my career, I now like being the guy you can't get in touch with. Certain
like
people don't
that.
like that,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. So if I'm posting it, it's the real deal. If I'm speaking there, it's the real deal. If I'm aligning myself with the brand, it's the real deal because I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't take one-off deals. I don't do just random posts. I don't do just random stuff. Like, I waited my time, and I made less money over the years in certain areas just because I wanted to keep my name and my quote-unquote brand intact. Like, I've never been like a Mo Performance or a Mo this and that. It's just been my name that I've kept intact over the years, and my work just backed it up, right? And certain brands want to align with that. Certain brands don't, whatever the case may be. So it's definitely about the work that you put out. It's definitely about what you do and more important, I think, is what you don't do.
Yeah.
Because I think what you don't do matters the most.
Okay.
Right? And you have to have self-discipline. You have to, there's certain stuff I just won't post on my page. You know what I'm saying? There's certain stuff I just won't do. Certain places I won't go. And that's just to be in alignment with said brand.
It's very important to be in alignment because then everything that you do is like your moral compass.
Yeah.
It makes everything that you do authentic, and the people that follow you and that follow us, or the people that follow you, they really trust that, and they really want to know the most authentic part about you. We do have a live question. I think it's important for us we're adding a new feature, guys.
That's type dope. That's kind of
New
dope.
Press the
feature. We got
Question button.
We asked a question on
live
Instagram,
audience.
and we have a young lady, I believe, that has a question. Advice on networking. So Kayla would love advice on networking. I think that's networking.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. Networking is, once again, just like social media and branding, networking is about visibility, right? If you're trying to network from your computer, I think I saw it on, I forgot what movie it was a sports movie. He had said they were trying to get funding. It was a basketball team. They were trying to get funding to go on a road or whatever, and they couldn't get funding. They was writing this, they was sending emails to the state. They was trying to do all this stuff, and the head coach, he was
Coach
like,
Carter?
No, it wasn't Coach Carter, fool. They wasn't getting no money. They wasn't getting no money up
Was
there.
they emailing back
But
then?
they was not, they wasn't doing nothing. But nonetheless, he was like, the head coach finally went to him and said, I don't know if it was Glory Road or what it was. But he was like, man, when you proposed to your wife, did you do it through email or did you show up?
Show up. You gotta show up.
Wow.
Man, I for
got
sure
to.
showed
You gotta
up.
show. So you gotta, show. So you have to be in person. I think
Yeah.
early on in my career, I invested into travel. Like, I went and saw Mickey Mirati, you know what I'm saying, on my own dime. And what came of that a couple years later? A job offer. I went to the opening, you know what I'm saying, those first couple years, and got connected with Nike people and kept working with athletes. And what happened years later, I'm with Nike football. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't always work out like that, but you just have to be visible. There's so much internet and there's so much technology and so much information out there. It's so easy to go to a conference. It's so easy to go email the head of strength and conditioning at the University of Georgia, be like, hey, can I come shadow? It's so easy to go email Dr. Ashley from Momentum Sports Chiropractic and be like, hey, can I come sit with you for a little while? It's so easy to say, okay, hey, Nike is having this event. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't know who's the head of it, but I'm going to just go to the event.
Yeah.
It's like, just show up.
You gotta get out your comfort zone with
100%.
networking.
Yeah.
100%.
If you comfort and if you're comfortable in the space that you're at, far as financially, then you don't need to network.
Yeah, you
But
the
if
man.
you want to get uncomfortable,
Ain't none of us Elon Musk.
not yet.
Nah,
No, I think
even
the
if
most
they rich,
important
they
part
still
is-
networking.
Still,
They on the golf course
You're
every
always
day.
gonna work. Golf court is networking as well. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very important for you to get yourself out there. It's really, there's something about the human connection. Email is great, but when someone gets to see your charisma, someone gets to see just the way you present yourself and the way you show up, you have their attention more. And so a lot of my work is networking. I've been very fortunate to lived in Los Angeles for a very long time. So I would show up to like Nike events. I wasn't invited.
Just keep seeing my face.
I wasn't
See my
invited,
face enough, and it's gonna
you
be
know,
like, yeah.
but I still showed up. And then after I kept showing up,
Give 'em a job.
you know, Nike was then sending those invitations, and then I got to work and do a couple projects with them. I actually got to do a creative shoot with Nike. Shout out to Joe Holder, by the way. This was a couple years ago, but the networking of Joe Holder, I met Joe Holder at a Nike pop-up gym in Los Angeles and Hollywood. Really cool dude. I've been a fan of his work on social media. This had to have been like 7 years ago. And I was like, yo, man, I'm a real fan of you, man. I like what you're doing with Nike. This was probably before I even signed with Beachbody. He was just killing it. He's still killing it.
Still.
And Joe does some amazing stuff. So, I came up to him. I chopped it up with him. And then, man, probably fast forward 2 years later, Joe's like, yo, he calls me. He's like, man, I'm not going to be able to make this Givenchy Nike shoot. And they need like a creative director.
Joe got pulled.
Joe is crazy.
Bro.
It was like, I need a fitness.
What time you need me there?
He was Virgil's like right-hand man.
Yeah, he was
basically.
Virgil's right-hand man. So Joe called me. He's like, hey, are you available to come do this job? And I was like, sure, why not? I didn't know what to expect.
Say yes.
And so
Say yes.
I said yes. I pulled up. I'm doing this. I'm directing the movement of this commercial shoot. And I'm like, man, what a feeling. And then I got paid for it after. And then Nike just stayed in touch. And just like me showing up to that Nike event that I wasn't invited to led me to working with. Right.
And it just...
So it really is just put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. Don't worry about how you look. Don't care about what that feels like. Just like if you really got something that you really want to accomplish in life, really just step out there. And so a lot of deals happen through just conversation.
Yeah.
A lot of deals that I've ever closed were just at like either lunch or coffee. It's really just about being open and networking in the community as well.
And that's super important because even my Nike deal didn't just come because the whole brand said, "Oh, this is a cool guy." It came because of people, like two individual people that said, "Oh, we need to get this guy." It makes sense for the brand. It makes sense for him. You always, you know what I'm saying? I'm intentional about what I wear. I'm intentional about where I go, and it just finally aligned. The planets aligned at one time, and it's okay. Bring them in. You know.
Yeah, when you network, it's all like Mo said, it's all about being intentional.
Yep.
Like nothing happens just by hap chance or by accident. You know, you gotta always want to have a plan for your networking. And then once you have a plan for your networking, you gotta find a way to be able to deliver. And I'm talking about specifically deliver.
Okay.
Kaylin, Kayla, I'm sorry if I messed the name up. If it's someone in particular that you need to network with or you want to get in touch with, say you want to get in touch with Cesar or Mo, with Amoila or Mo or Kris, you have to find something that means the world to them, and then you have to provide that to them. Or you have to find something that they have no idea about, and you have to provide that to them, because that is going to make you stand out. I'm going to want to help you if you find a way to help me, because everybody nowadays wants to essentially, I just want to pick your brain. I just want to pick your brain.
Oh my God.
And it's just like, listen, everybody wants something from me, and not to be selfish, but what are you going to do for me? What am I going to get out of this?
Yeah.
Right? And when you do that, your name starts to become a lot more present in the front of their mind. Like, I can give an example. I remember when I was working with Chris Brickley in New York. Yeah, Chris Brickley in New York. This was Black Ops basketball.
Okay.
So this is how I ended up.
Melo?
Yeah, this is how I ended up working with Melo. So for the most part, like I emailed him. Multiple times. Never responded. DM'd multiple times. So I'm like, okay, what can I do? What I did was, I ended up just there was a job opportunity upstairs as a personal trainer at Lifetime.
That's a bet move right there,
So I
boy.
said,
Hey.
so I said, you know what?
Hey, I'm gonna get in the building.
So
Y'all gonna let me in here.
Let me just get in the building, right?
I'm leaving here with something.
So
can run away.
So if you see me, you have to keep telling me no to my face.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I did that, and for like the first week, I'm like, hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. My name is Curtis Shannon. I have previous experience at IMG Academy. I've done my own thing privately at prep schools around the area in Brooklyn and New Jersey. I would really love to help and provide some value in some form or fashion. So I did that for like 2 weeks straight, and then randomly, like he was like, hey, could you just like get rebounds and stretch? I said, all right, cool, no problem. And
Set 'em
then
off.
and then from there, it just turned into like, oh yeah, Melo's coming. Could you just stretch Melo out, get rebounds? No problem. And when you get a task, you have to do that task
Got him to the fullest.
better,
If he say
better
rebounds,
than
you
anybody.
gotta
I'm Dennis Rodman. I'm Draymond Green.
ready to
trying to
shoot.
tell you now.
Not too low.
You know?
You're ready to shoot. Catch and
So-
shoot.
And then that turned into him, Melo, just saying, oh, yo, every time he saw me, he was like, yo, I gotta get stretched. I gotta get this. And then after that, it turned into we training. He's like, what do you think I should do about this? Oh, well, I feel like you should just work on this a little bit more just to get a little bit more first step explosiveness. For real? Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I can show you upstairs if you want. Or I can show you in the gym if you want. No problem. All right, cool. Let's do it tomorrow. And then that turned into, man, yo, Melo's out the league. Melo hit me and said, yo, he doesn't want to work with nobody but you. So I'm like,
Mad respect.
wow, that's crazy.
Mad respect.
So I'm like, that's crazy. And all of that came from just being intentful in what you wanted and just paying attention to the things
fire
that
as
people
hell.
need. And then from there, that's how
I'm
my
going to work upstairs. Y'all gonna
and then
fucking
that's how my opportunity started.
I think it's very important to hear all of our stories. One thing that you're gonna have to accept first is that you're gonna have to give your time. Sometimes you're not gonna
It's
get
the bare
paid.
minimum.
That's very important. And you
I'll-
can't always ask to get paid.
Come on, bro.
You know, like it's very
Jesus.
important to just get that one small fundamental because there's a lot of things that I've done in my life for free. And still to this day, I
Still
do a
do
lot
shit.
of
still
things
doing a
for
lot for
free. So investing your time is very important because nobody care about what you know. They care about like how much you care. And that's very important. So I think this brand conversation was really great to have. There's so much more that we can go into, and there's so much more. If you guys have specific questions
Show up.
where you would love, you can send us an email. We have an email account?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
do.
We about to close?
Send an email account. One thing that I do want to say before we get off is that I am not a sponsored Skechers athlete, and this podcast is not sponsored by Skechers. So
Although
I
he
want to
attends.
definitely.
We joking, but that's like an important. You have to give disclaimer.
You have
have
to
to.
give that disclaimer.
You have to give disclaimer.
But if y'all want to,
Nah, man, it's important because man, the business,
Just call.
the business, like Chris said, the business and branding is two completely different things, man. So you have to, at the same time, your brand has to be in line with good business, right?
Facts.
So certain things just have to make business sense because the people that sit in the rooms to make these decisions, everybody not gonna be on your side. 9 times out of 10, if there's 10 people in the room, 6 or 7 are not on your side. Just hopefully one of the 3 that are on your side just a little bit more powerful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And they can make a call because that's what it was for me, man. Like I had so many people reject me over the years.
yeah.
Bro, from high school to college to running at LSU to the first brand to working at this event and working that place and working here and there, like rejection came, boy.
What are
Before we
things-
get out of here,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, because we got to get out of here. We're running on time. Mo, how long did it take for this to happen? Give the people a timeline.
7 years.
7 years.
Some of y'all ain't even been in the industry.
7 years.
Okay.
7 years.
And also, trainers, I want to give you another, because I had a conversation with a great trainer a couple days ago.
Me.
All you amazing trainers.
He's talking about me.
He started training maybe 3 years ago and he felt frustrated. And he's like, man, I really want to get to where you are. It took me 7 years.
I'm on year 11 for the
You
record.
know, and I'm now year 10
Yeah.
for me, but it took 7 years for me to finally get my foot in the door and feel comfortable. So guys,
Ain't no
I
shortcuts.
know it's hard, I know it's a grind, I know it sucks, I know you're questioning it. If you love it, stick to it.
Facts.
Stick to
That's
it.
simple.
It will happen.
How long does it take you to make a
I'm sorry. I just wanna leave you with this, bro. Like, and leave all y'all with this. Like, don't let any of these like setbacks or that time or any of that like deter your greatness. Like Will Smith has been acting at a high level, at the highest level for decades. And he just won an Oscar.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Damn, really?
Yeah, bro.
He just won. He just won
Yeah, bro.
for the Serena Williams and the
Did
Richard
it take
Williams.
Leonardo DiCaprio like how long
It took
to
him a
win?
very long time as well.
Takes time.
Yeah.
Bro.
But
It
that
takes
doesn't.
time.
But that
Greatness
doesn't.
takes
That doesn't mean that you're not of great value.
Greatness takes time. So, guys, greatness takes time. Thank you for tuning in on this episode about brands. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. Also, make sure you like, subscribe. Please do that. We
Send us
need
questions.
that.
Please
Also,
send us
we
questions.
want this podcast to be booming.
Yeah.
So send your mamas, your cousins, your friends, your haters. Send them the
Shit
podcast, man. We
Thanks.
really need to get up. We need to at least get to 10,000 followers, guys. We're counting on you. Appreciate you. Till next time.
Be stopped. I won't be shook. Give all I got, and it's all they took. Like who at the top?
Just paying attention to the things that people need, and then from there, that's how
I'm
my
gonna work upstairs. Y'all gonna
and then that's how my opportunities.
Getting started. It ain't too many like this who gon' put in the work that ain't gon' get awarded. I know whoever you pick to come go against me gon' be losing regardless. I'm not just the hardest, I'm really the heart. The game would die if I departed. Got my eyes on the target. Look, I'm more than it seems. Spend my whole life focused. Made it more than a dream. Just keep on going, even if it's unseen.
And when you get a task, you have to do that
got
task
him to the
better,
point. If he say
better than
rebound, you
anybody.
gotta
I'm Dennis Rodman. I'm Draymond Green.
ready to
I'm trying
shoot.
to tell you now.
Not too low,
You know?
you're ready to shoot.
So
I just wanna stack. You wait till we win. Watch. I can't be stopped. I won't be shook.
when I need to chill, tells me when I need to chill, tells me when I need to turn up.
Boss man, we're gonna need that. Say that louder.
Shout out to Maze fan.
I'm taking the spots. I've been overlooked. Untrained, 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 untrained,
You know who it
You
is.
know
It's this one.
Yo, we can keep going. We still here. We do this
Bro,
all the time.
this is exactly
we're
why
gonna
he's
keep this
over
in here
here.
too. We're gonna keep this. Anytime Curtis starts talking, Chris does this thing where he looks at me,
Smile.
and I
don't
can't
understand why.
stand it. I can't. I don't know why he does this. He does this every episode.
I think-
But anyways, back to what you were saying.
I think in a previous like me and him like enemies.
Yeah, for sure hated each
Like
other.
Mufasa and
There's
something.
something,
Something. I don't know what it. I don't know what
something
it
with
is.
y'all's spirit. This is why we separated y'all.
Had to.
Lucky you couldn't sit outside and we just phone you.
We're gonna put you outside. All right, let's get back into it. So I
Okay.
think this is really important what Curtis was getting to.
The challenge to the scene. Look, I can't be stopped. I won't be shook. Give all I got, and it's all they took. Like who at the top?